Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your reading for the last week of May. For the middle of May, you're healing yourself. We have Five of Swords energy. You're healing yourself, okay? Middle of May, we have the Star, the Queen of Cups, and the Sun. Okay. You could have been dealing with a Scorpio, but the Star card is just another card about healing. So you're inspired and positive about the future. You're following your heart, and you're happy. You're optimistic and appreciate all that you have. So it's almost like somebody hurt you, but you're doing the work to heal because you know how to heal. You know that in order to heal, you need to listen to what you are feeling and go after it. I feel hungry. I'm going to get something to eat. I feel thirsty. I'm going to get something to drink. I feel like taking a nap. That's what I'm going to do. And granted, those aren't necessarily feelings, those are physical feelings. But you get what I'm saying. I feel angry, I feel sad, I feel this way. Why do I feel this way? And then once you get to why you feel that way, and you meet that need for yourself, you are happy. So you're focused on healing in the middle of May. Now, the last week of May, we have the Hermit. I follow my own path. I follow my own path. Clarifying that, we have the Hierophant, the Death card, and the Two of Cups. You're letting go of a situation with somebody, okay? And you're filling your own cup. You're worthy of the deepest kind of love. You let go and embrace new beginnings, and you're ready to love and learn. So whoever this person was, you met them because they were there to help you learn and to heal, okay? I don't think this person came into your life and purposely meant to hurt you. I think what happened was they weren't aware of themselves. Sometimes people aren't aware of themselves and they don't see themselves and they don't see how they're acting because they have wounds from childhood that they haven't taken care of, and then they project those wounds onto other people. It's like if somebody comes up to you and insults you, they're projecting their own issues onto you. But it's learned behavior. It's stuff that they learned from other people. And I don't think they meant to hurt you, but deep in your heart, you probably felt like something was wrong with the way they were talking to you. And so the situation had to end. But they were there to teach you a lesson about self-love, a lesson about loving yourself. And you chose yourself. You did not choose this person. You made the right choice and you chose yourself. Now, for the first week of June, we have Seven of Swords. I take great care of what I value. You're leaving a situation behind. We have the Chariots, the Ace of Swords, and the Justice card. You're having a lot of self-control. And because of your self-control, you're going through a breakthrough. And once you get past, once you get that awakening, that breakthrough, you are going to be speaking your truth and fairness to yourself. Okay? So you're going to be loving on yourself, basically. So this is beautiful energy. This is beautiful energy, okay? Now, some people might say, oh, Seven of Swords, you're leaving a situation. Doesn't it mean that you're avoiding the problem? Doesn't it? No, because if someone else has problems, we let people take care of their own problems. We don't solve their problems for them. I mean, not their psychological problems. They have to solve their own psychological problems by getting the help that they need. So now it would have been different if this person needed their sink fixed, or their refrigerator fixed, or maybe something in their house fixed, or their car fixed. We can help people with stuff like that, right? But if somebody has psychological problems, they have to fix themselves, okay? So, your attitude for the last week of May is Six of Cups. I remember and treasure past happiness. So you did have some good times with this person. You did have some good times with this person. And you're thinking about those good times. So, um, okay. And stuff's canceling out. Stuff's canceling out. This keeps happening in my readings lately, where stuff keeps canceling out. Because you are going to a peaceful situation. That is your attitude with the Six of Swords. But we also have the Six of Pentacles. I give and receive for the highest good. I think you're giving to your emotions, like you're giving to yourself, and you're thinking positive thoughts. And because you're thinking positive thoughts, it's guiding you to your intuition, okay? Now, what's influencing you with this last week of May is the Four of Wands. The universe brings all I need to feel blissful. You know that in order for the universe to work, or at least I hope you know this, that in order for you to get all that you want from the universe, you need to relax. When we're going out there and actively trying to make something work, it kind of reminds me of that movie Cinderella, when they had the glass slipper and they went around looking for the princess to put the glass slipper on so she could marry the prince, but her stepmother had locked her in a room upstairs, and her two jealous stepsisters were trying to marry the prince behind her back. And the girl with the big feet was like, "I'll make it fit," and she was trying to jam that small glass slipper onto a big foot, and it just wasn't going to fit. So, the thing is that if you try to force something, or you try to rush something, or whatever you try to make happen, is, even if it does happen, you're not going to get all that you want. So, influencing you is you trusting in the universe, to bring in all you need to feel blissful, okay? You trusting in the universe. So, we have the Three of Swords and the Nine of Swords and the Knight of Wands. And Nine of Swords makes sense with your Four of Wands, because it does say, I trust the present moment. Instead of trying to be in control, you're trusting the present moment. And with Three of Swords, you're seeing things exactly as they are. It's almost like you're looking at a situation and you're like, okay, well, things were meant to be this way. If the universe, brought me somebody that taught me a lesson, things were meant to be this way. And you're making decisions without pressure. And when we trust the universe, we're able to do that. We're able to do that. We're able to, trust that nothing bad is going to happen to us in that moment. What a horrible life it would be if we didn't trust anything. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine, like, if I didn't trust water, so I didn't drink water, and I didn't trust anything at all, and I didn't want anyone touching me, and I didn't want to do anything, and that would be such a horrible reality, to have all that pressure on us to be completely in control, like to feel like we had to control every little thing, and like we couldn't trust any little thing. But you're not doing that. You're making decisions without pressure. Now, your obstacle is the Ten of Cups. I have all I wish for in my relationships, okay? So, this is your obstacle. There's something blocking you from the Ten of Cups. Okay? You're feeling kind of stuck in your perception about how the Ten of Cups is supposed to be. Maybe you have this idea of how the perfect relationship or the perfect marriage is supposed to be. And I'm here to tell you right now that doesn't exist. You will never find an ideal man or an ideal woman. That does not exist. The only time I've ever seen that exist is in those apps with the little robot boyfriends. And those are robots. Those aren't real people. So, you're having trouble with your perception of marriage. And part of it is that you may not feel emotionally fulfilled at this time. Because we do have Nine of Cups energy. I trust in the flow of life. And with this Three of Wands energy, you're not really giving enough to yourself because Three of Wands means I have the energy I need to realize my goals. But if it's in this blockage position, you're lacking energy because you're not nurturing yourself enough. Okay. Like you're not, it's almost like maybe you have a certain perception of how marriage or relationship should be. And you think that maybe you should do all the giving or your partner should do all the giving. And, back in the old days, the man used to work and he'd bring in all the money. And that was just how they did things back then. Like I'm not here to judge. I mean, that was his way of showing his wife love. And the wife would clean the house and take care of the kids. And that was her way of showing love, you know? But it's not the 50s anymore, And um, it really does us no good to compare ourselves to each other. It really does no good for a man to come home and say, "What did you do all day?" Nothing. And it really does no good for a woman to look at a man and be like, "Oh, you don't do anything either. You don't know how hard it is to run a house." I mean, that's when a relationship breaks down. When we start complaining about each other and not respecting each other, that's when a relationship breaks down. And that's when there is no relationship anymore because there is no love anymore. Two people criticizing each other is not love. And some people, that was how they expressed love in the past. And I'm not saying that all traditional relationships were like that in the past. I'm just saying I have heard of relationships like that. And um so your blockage is your beliefs, okay? Your beliefs. You could be putting too much on yourself at this time, where you think that you're supposed to just take everything. You think that if your spouse talks down to you or treats you a certain way, you feel like you're just supposed to just take everything. You feel like once you get married, you have to sacrifice yourself. You have to sacrifice who you are to keep the other person happy because you don't want them to leave. But in doing so, you leave the most important person in that relationship behind. You leave yourself. So you've got to change that belief that's keeping you stuck. You've got to change that belief that you're supposed to be a perfect person. Nobody's perfect. You're never going to be perfect. You don't need to be perfect to have value in this world. That is an illusion. It is an illusion to believe that you need to have the best car, you need to have the best clothes, you need to look the best to actually mean something. Because everyone is equal in this world. Everyone is equal in this world. And people that grew up in narcissistic homes, not saying you did, but some people did. They think they buy into the game. They buy into the things going on because they're children, and they think that everything has to be a certain way, everything has to be perfect in order to have meaning and in order to have value. But it's all an illusion. It's all fake. It's all a lie. Because what happens, when you finally get that brand new car, you may still feel empty inside, or you think that being perfect for somebody is going to get you the love that you want, but you're not loving yourself. So, and I mean, I'm not trying to offend anybody. It's just when I see this 9 of Cups clarifying your blockage card, it tells me that you're not loving on yourself the right way because of your beliefs. With this Hanged Man card, you're not loving on yourself the right way. I'm not going to get too much into that. I mean, I kind of did get way into that, but the outcome of the last week of May is 7 of Cups. I trust myself to see the truth. Okay. Clarify that. You're stronger than you think you are because we get that Judgment card. I look back with compassion for myself. Queen of Pentacles, I have everything I need to prosper. And 9 of Wands, I am strong for as long as I need to be strong. Okay? So now it almost looks like you're looking at other options in the last week of May. And you're trying to be strong. You got to get rid of the voice of the super ego, which is the inner critic. This inner critic comes from childhood, okay? And so when that voice tells you you're not good enough, you just tell it to kiss off, And sometimes when we think we fall in love with people, sometimes it gets to a point where their opinion matters so much to us that we start to internalize stuff they say and we start to believe it. And then we start being hard on ourselves. So you can talk to somebody about this past relationship, or what you can do is talk to a counselor about what happened in childhood with you if you want to go back that far. But I'll save you a lot of time and money if you want to know the truth. This person was probably just projecting qualities about themselves they did not like onto you, and you believed them. So if this person told you, you're this or you're that, you probably felt hurt, and then you believed it. And you believed it because if you didn't believe it, you felt like you were going to lose the relationship with this person. But in the process of not wanting to lose this person, you lost yourself. So they really didn't deserve that much power over you. You're the only one that should be able to define yourself. And so with this Empress card is what you don't see coming the last week of May. I create what I choose naturally and with joy. But therapy will help you get to why you do what you do, okay? It's going to help you get to why you do what you do, how you keep attracting people that are that way. one of the ways we keep attracting people that way is by having emotional wounds that we need filled, but we have to fill our own wounds so that those people can't get in and tell us things about ourselves that aren't true, okay? So with the Empress card, I create what I choose naturally and with joy. We have Eight of Cups. You're accepting your situation at the end of May. Ten of Wands, releasing a heavy burden. I love and care for myself first. And Ten of Pentacles, I celebrate everything I achieve. So this is you going back to your happy, successful self. This is you going back to your happy, successful self as if nothing happened. It reminds me of that song, I get knocked down, but I get up again, and you're never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down. So this person, they were talking about themselves. They weren't talking about you. Have a good day.